He's got pants on, I promise.
Am I on video?
Yes.
This is Captain No Shirt. Pirate and the Princess.
Hey.
Arr, it's National Talk Like a Pirate Day. There be pirates among us. Pieces at a time.
Although we gained a slight amount of speed with the 4-blade prop, Captain John determined that the RPMs were now lugging the motor and we should switch back to the 3-blade. So here he is switching it out over the water. He's being very careful. Don't want to lose any parts here. We're heading to Cairo, and a barge is coming, so John's gonna keep ahead of it. We'll see. The race is on. It's exciting. He's full of coal, too. I wonder where he's going. Doing a good job. We're keeping with him. Alright, so here's the scoop. There's a wingman coming up. And you can't see him under the water, but there's one coming up right here, right in this area. And it's going to stick out way too far, so we got to let this barge pass. And here he goes. Dang it. Our efforts were thwarted. It's a big beast, though. I think that's maybe how people run into those wing dams. A mystery nothing.
Just a rogue wave.
No, it's saying in place.
Oh, there's a buoy.
It's a buoy.
It's a buoy.
Huh. Buoy underwater.
So here's the fun part. We just shut the motor down to see how fast we were going. And you can see that we're floating at 8 miles per hour. That's 2 miles per hour faster, just floating, than what we did all the way across Lake Michigan at 150 miles. All we could get out of it then was 6 miles per hour. Well, we could get 8, but we'd have to run it full throttle, and that ain't good for the gas bill.
So where are we?
Where are we? We're at Dogtooth Bend.
In the Mississippi River.
On the Mississippi River. We
Between-
still got Illinois to the left and Missouri to the right.
Between what cities, though?
We're between
We left Cape Girardeau, this
and
morning.
Cairo.
Very cool.
So, I want to go faster. I don't want that barge catching me.
That's right.
So anyway, it's a pleasant trip today. It's been okay. Yesterday was hard.
Look at him go. All these little white things are not icebergs. These are fractionated foam picked up by the barges. A little bit of froth. Don't eat that. I don't know why, but they had to put a public service announcement for people not to eat the froth. Crazy stuff. It's like a shark. It's gonna pop back up. There it goes. Good job, buddy. Hey guys, here's a wing dam that we can actually see above the water. Most of them you can't see at all, but this one you can actually see the little stretch of rock work. Just sticks out into the water channel. Wouldn't want to run into that with your boat. And we've heard of so many who have that.
So,
Made it to
We're in Cairo. Yep. We're there. So we're on a little Mississippi River bypass canal here that goes around an island. The big Mississippi is right out there. Oh, and a barge is going by. Let me zoom in on him. Our friends Bob and Chris, you can see the barge way out there. Bob and Chris are anchored right there because they can do that. We are tied to a tree, again, with 3 ropes. Got one tied up over there, and we're tied to that tree, and we're tied to this tree. 3 ropes. Princess is on the boat.
The good news is there's
how much?
12 foot of water below us.
12 foot of water below us. That's the good news.
Take it all the way, can they?
Doesn't mean we won't have problems, and I'll tell you why. The current of the Mississippi, it's flowing like crazy. So I just kind of wanted to show you the water current. It's so strong that the back of the boat is actually in the water, and that's the current pushing the boat. So we set a water alarm and stuff like that, so if we break free, if one of our ropes let loose, we're gonna go tumbling aimlessly out the channel. There's a couple tree logs and stuff that we might hit if the rope breaks loose, but I think I can get a good night's sleep here. I'm certainly gonna try it. I feel pretty confident with 3 ropes on a tree, and usually, you know, all 3 to break, that's almost impossible. But some other things I wanted to share with you here. The flood waters have gone. Look how low the water is. And there's bags of trash 20 feet up into the trees. So the driftwood, the different things that are here on the ground are cool. But look at this thing. This is one of our river markers right here. They call that a nun buoy, the red one. If you're headed out, always keep the red on your left, unless it's up a hill 20 feet, 30 feet. Then take pictures and video of it. So this is a nun buoy that did not survive the storm or the floods. And if you look how high that ledge is, I can't even begin to tell you. It's an easy 20 feet up where that thing came to rest right there. And then there's a little boat that could way over there, the Moon Schooner. And I'm going to tell you guys, yesterday was it was a hard day. It was almost like a Lake Michigan day. It was so hard. And the reason for that is coming down to Mississippi, we went yesterday, we had 75 miles that we had to do. The water current moves faster, so it wasn't like trying to do 75 miles with 6 miles an hour. We did an average, we averaged 11 miles an hour with the water current coming down. But we probably passed 7 or 8 barges that were going upriver. The prop wash from the barges was so strong that it was like being on Lake Michigan. It was like a bathtub. It was sloshing around from all sides, and it was always 3 to 4 feet, even bigger at times. And it would last for 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes every single time a barge went by us. So that's why you don't travel the lower Mississippi all the way down to New Orleans when there's an inland waterway with a lot less barge traffic. So yesterday was really hard. By the end of the day, I was done. It was sit down and thank the Lord that you're safe. Because you still, the boat's been able to take a major beating. We've proven that with the storms in Lake Michigan. But all these barges that we pass.
So good.
So, now, the question is, how long will the boat keep up? And keep up this abuse?
Good.
It's good. We've got to the point where we're not afraid of dying or anything like that. Not here on the riverways. But you're certainly worried about, will the boat hold up? If it breaks, what do? We got to pull it out and put it on a trailer. We got to go up and get the trailer that's in Michigan.
Yeah, God's got this.
Yeah, well, we give it all to the Lord for sure. But when you're banging off of waves for 13 hours, it's really not all that you think it is. Trust me. The Mississippi River, we've got 7 miles left, and then we hit the Ohio River. Yeah. And once we get to the Ohio River, it's supposed to calm down as far as barge traffic. They don't move as big there as they do on the Mississippi. So I've heard. You never know anything until you actually get there. So hold on, I gotta kill something.
The crazy thing is that we've talked about bringing the boat down the Mississippi for so long. Now we've been on it, and so now we're ready to move on.
Yeah, we're ready to move on. The Mississippi was awesome.
It was. Getting there is a great milestone, and yeah,
I don't know.
We've been doing it.
I don't know what the mileage was from the Illinois River on the Mississippi to the Ohio. I think it's 2.8 or 2.18 or 2.28 or 228 miles. That's long enough to say we've been there, done that, and conquered the mighty Mississippi for this dream, for this trip.
But it let us ride on it for a while.
It definitely let us ride on it for a while.
And we got the picture in front of the St. Louis Arch, so that was amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks to our friends Bob and Chris.
So, you know, a big part of the dream was to take the boat down the Mississippi, and we did that even if it's limited. We didn't start in Minnesota and end up in New Orleans, but I imagine that's one heck of a ride. I still have that thought, though, boy, if I had a real boat, you know, this wouldn't be so bad, because you're not worried so much about a real boat breaking.
I disagree, because this boat's held up amazing, and we've heard plenty of traditionally manufactured boats that have gone into different challenges and their trip is done. So, yeah, I think you did awesome.
So anyway, that day on the water yesterday was super hard, and by the time I got done, I was doubting myself. I'm sitting here going, oh my God, are you kidding me? I know, I thought, but man, after hours and hours and hours of barges that were going by us, one would clear up and another would show up. And it wasn't that you felt in danger or anything like that. You didn't feel in danger. You just, how long can the boat take the abuse? You know, riding out 3 and 4 foot waves and wakes.
It took a couple days for our bedroom to dry out after one of the barges passed, because it took a big wave over the back deck. Normally they come over the front, but this time we had the door open in the back, and it just flooded the whole back room.
And I'm not here to scare anybody off from accomplishing their dreams. I'm just here to tell you they're still going to be hard. No matter how you approach them, the dreams are still going to be hard. Wouldn't be no good if it was all peaches and cream, right? I told you I would share the good, the bad, and the ugly with you. And the ugly was being stuck in the mud.
Yeah, that sucked.
The bad is definitely the storms, Lake Michigan storms, wakes, and things like that.
Both of those are just God saying, hey, you're not in control.
You're not in control. No.
It's all in God's hands.
Exactly. There's definitely some risk at everything that you do, and we chose to take bigger risk. Heather's been absolutely awesome through this thing. What a princess.
So is Captain John.
To have, well, not only do you have an intelligent wife that can help you handle the situations at hand, but you got someone that doesn't freak out in the middle of a crisis either.
Okay, it's more like knowing when to stay quiet, because it's not going to help.
All right. Just wanted to give you guys an update. Tomorrow we've got 7.7 miles, and we hit the Ohio River. The Ohio River and the Mississippi River confluence is right at the southern tip of Illinois. We'll have, when we turn up the Ohio, we'll have Kentucky on our right, Missouri on the left, and Illinois straight up the middle.
Where's Ohio?
I'm sorry, did I say Ohio? The Ohio River? When we turn up the Ohio River, there is no Ohio. There's no Ohio. There's no crying while boating either. You can only cry afterwards when you're sharing a message.
Hey.
But we'll have 3 states, Missouri to our left, Illinois right in front of us, and then Kentucky to our right as we head up the Ohio River. The confluence is what they call it, where the Ohio meets the Mississippi. there's a whirlpool down there at the bottom of the state where you turn in and you go up the Ohio. It caught a 120-foot long tugboat a week ago, and they had to call Coast Guard to come and pull these guys out, because once you hit the whirlpool, the motors come out of the water, and the guys couldn't do anything about it but spin in circles. And we get to cross by that tomorrow. Hopefully far enough away it ain't an issue, but close enough that we can get pictures for you guys. I don't know. I don't know. Every day it's a new day. Sometimes it's not as bad as everybody says it is, and some days it's worse than I ever imagined it to be. But yet the whole trip itself is amazing. And we thank you all for joining us and watching it with us and sharing the time. And now we'll let you go until the next new exciting thing happens, which is almost guaranteed. Everywhere we go, there's something. So, love you guys. This is Captain John and the Princess.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. And we're signing out. Over and out.